Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be installing coilovers on the Fiesta with Owen, and hopefully it's a little bit more straightforward than the Mini was, and it's not on jack stands for 2 weeks. So as I said, we're putting Pro Sport Coilovers onto the Fiesta today. So we're going to jack it up and we're going to start on the front and work our way onto the backs, which is the same mistake we made with the Mini, so we'll see how that one goes. So at the minute the Fiesta is on 35mm lowering springs. We put them on a little while ago, so yeah, we're going to put the coilovers on today, which are there. And we also need to put some adjustable drop links on, because the currently doesn't have any, and as you can see the end of it is sort of snapped off down here, so I'm going to have to cut that out because it's completely seized in. But yeah, we've got the wheels off, so we're going to start taking the front struts out, and yeah, I'll give you an update once we're in there. So the process isn't going to be much different from the Mini. So there's a pinch bolt in the back of the hub there. We'll obviously need to disconnect the brake line, which it's helpfully done for us. We'll then need to disconnect the tie rod, which is the one you actually saw Owen replace. We'll also need to take the brake caliper off, just so it's a little bit easier so it's not pulling on this line. Then we'll need to basically put some WD on there and just hammer the hell out of this hub, just to get it to drop off the strut. Once it's off the strut, take these 3 bolts out. That'll then drop the strut out. Once the strut's out, we're going to put some spring clamps on here to compress it, take the top hat off, and then install the new ones.
So what we're doing here is cutting the ball off of the existing drop link, and then we are going to cut straight into the side of the drop link so we can put a flat blade screwdriver into it, hold the rear of the drop link nut with a spanner, and then screw it out just like a normal screw.
Right, so we got the rest of the ball from the drop link out, so pretty much just cut into the end of the drop link, and put a flat blade screwdriver in, put a 17mm ratchet on the other side, and it's come out. So we're going to put the new coil in now. Actually, first we've got to take the top hat off, then put the new coil in, and then put the new adjustable drop links on. So next up we've got to take the top hat off the old strut. We just need that top bit. So I've got the spring compressors because Owen's a wuss and he won't let me not use them. Even though we were going to point them towards the Lexus, but no problem. So we're going to put the spring compressors on and get them top hats off safely. So if you've never used these spring compressors before, pretty much you just whack them on the spring and then tighten them up. I'll use a gun, but you can use a ratchet. But you tighten them up until they won't go anymore, and then you should be able to safely take this top nut off. Slash them off. That's the top hat. That's the top hat off. Comes with bump stops. We'll take them off. But obviously now the strut's out, we'll just drop the spring compressors off, and then yeah, be sorted. So we've got this strut all built up now. Obviously we've got the strut and the spring. That's the top hat that we took off the car. It did have a bump stop off on it, but we took it off because there's one here. So as with all coilovers, leave them at the height they come at whilst you fit them. So I'm going to put these in now and then adjust the height afterwards. Right, so we've got the strut back into the hub now, and we've put the 3 bolts on the top. Obviously tightened the nut that holds the strut into the top mount on nice and tight. And we're just bolting the pinch bolt back into the back now. So other than the drop links, this side's complete now, so everything's back together. We didn't actually end up taking the caliper off, we just pushed it to the side. Tie rod's back on, struts in, as you can see. We've left the height as it was out of the box. We've not put the drop links on yet, as I said. That pinch bolt's back in. We did what we did with the Mini and just jacked up on the bottom ball joint just to push that in. We had to give it a few taps with the hammer just to lower it a touch, and then we put the brake pipe into the connector there. So pretty much what we're going to do is do both sides. So we're going to do front and rear and the backs, and then drop it, and then see from there what size adjustable drop link we need, because you have to put a different sized bar on. So we're going to see what we think of the height. If it needs to lower it, we'll lower it, etc. And then we'll put the right size drop link on. So for now, we're going to tidy up this side, crack on with the driver's side, and I'll catch up with you when we're on the backs. So it's only 5:15, but it's completely pitch black already. We've done both of the front coilovers. We're just putting the wheels back on now. Obviously we had to cut off the bottoms of the drop links that used to be there, so that's why it's taken us quite a while. So because of the darkness, I got the Legacy with its 4 beams on, pointing towards the Fiesta, so we can actually see what we're doing on this side. And I've got one of my lights attached to the lens of the camera just so you can see me. But we're going to go drop the fronts off the axle stands now, and we're going to get the rears done. We just decided that it's probably just a bit easier to get it all done now rather than do a bit now and a bit tomorrow. Okay, so we're on to the backs now. I'm going to do a side, no one's going to do a side. So the way it's set up on this is a bit different to the Mini. So we've got the spring there, and then we've just got the dampener there. So there's one bolt at the bottom, as you can see, and then there's 2 bolts up inside there, and then that'll drop out. So we're going to undo this bottom bolt first, which will allow the spring to come out and the dampener, and yeah, from there we'll get the new stuff in. So we've got the spring and the dampener out. There's the spring and the dampeners there. We have had to take the top hat off it to put onto the new struts, but yeah, we're going to get them sorted out and whack them back in. Okay, so we've done the rears now. As you can see, the new spring and new dampener are in, so we're just doing the other side, and we'll lower it down and get a shot of what it looks like once it's on the floor. Right then, so obviously it's a bit hard to see because it's late, but the height on the front's pretty nice. Needs lowering a little bit, but the back is ace, and it does tuck a little bit as well. So it's the next day now. Obviously a bit lighter now, so I'll just show you the height. So it's been a pretty considerable drop. I think Owen's on about dropping the back a little bit more so it tucks, but he's pretty happy with the front. So yeah, quite happy with that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result. I know Owen's quite happy with it too. Like I said, we're obviously going to drop the back at some point. We do also need to fit the adjustable drop links. We're just going to wait for it to settle first, which will be in about a week's time. So yeah, we'll fit them when it's ready to. So for now, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and let me know what other videos you'd like to see, and give me some ideas on some videos to make, and I'll have a look into it. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell notification, and yeah, other than that, I'll see you in the next one.